welcome to Sonia Podcast. This is another one I never heard of. Dermatillomania. Also known as the excruciating disorder, the mental health condition involved repeating picking at your skin as a point of permanent damage. So let's get into this. What is dermatillomania? If you ever picked at a blemish or a scar despite your derm cautious, you likely to know how low-key it can feel, even if it makes matter worse and potentially open up your skin to infections. But getting handsy with a pesky pimple every once in a while is different from feeling a compulsive urge to poke, prod, and pick at your skin regularly. Although both can be quite satisfying, the latter is more along the lines of dermatillomania, aka excruciation of skin picking disorder, a mental illness related to obsessive compulsive disorder according to Mental Health America. Also known as excruciation of skin picking disorder, dermatillomania is characterized by repeating picking at one's own skin, which results in skin blemishes, scars, or lesions. Explained Terry Bakar, PhD, New York City-based psychologist and author of Goodbye Anxiety. While individuals with the condition may very well pick at pimples or in the MH words minor skin irregularities, calluses, as well as scabs, they may also do so on healthy skin. Blemish-free skin sufferers can often stay focused on picking a specific area for hours, possibly without even realizing they are doing so. Can popping a pimple in the danger triangle actually kill you? Dermatillomania can cause significant disruption in one life that leads to signified distress. Social anxiety causes you to cancel plans to cover up your body with makeup or clothing. In fact, significant distress or problems in other areas of life caused by skin picking are often what distinguish a tendency to pick at your skin for actual disorder, according to the International OCD Foundation. The condition is also considered body focused behavior, BFRB, which is a cluster of habitual behaviors that include things like hair pulling, nail biting, nose picking, and lip and cheek biting. Those with a BFRB tends to be impulsive in that one tends to do them mindlessly or thoughtlessly, often without realizing it. These habits are also compulsive and difficult to control. Sufferers often feel they have to do them to get a sense of relief. What caused dermatillomania? While the cause of excruciation disorder is still somewhat TBD, evidence does suggest that it's more common in individuals with OCD and their family members than in general population, according to the MHA. While excruciating disorder typically involves consistent continuous picking or biting at skin, it can also come and go in phases. It can worsen or be exacerbated by stress and stressful events. It can also completely disappear for months and then suddenly come back for seemingly no reason at all. We're going to take a break, so give me a minute.
It doesn't take much to help the ASPCA give an animal in need the love they deserve. Because you can't control the trauma they've endured, but you can give them a chance to heal. You can't control weeks of starvation, but you can give them full bowls and bellies. Become an ASPCA Guardian for just 63 cents a day to help us rescue, treat, and relocate animals who need it most. You can't control their yesterday, but you can give them a brighter tomorrow.
So I'm back, everybody. Yeah, so let's just continue talking about dermatillomania. This, like I said, was new to me. I never even heard of this. People with this disorder typically have additional psychiatric conditions such as depression, anxiety, eating disorder, etc. It is classified as a mental health disorder because it has an emotion regulation component as well as an impulse control component. As mentioned earlier, those with the condition tend to find skin picking to be self-soothing during moments of stress and anxiety. This can lead to a cycle of shame, guilt, sadness, increased anxiety, or even feeling out of control. Upon seeing self-inflicted wounds or scars that further compel to pick at, skin picking habits are a little addictive because the person doing them feel a sense of immediate positive reinforcement, which strengthens the behavior pattern and keeps the habit going. Now, how to treat dermatillomania. The gold standards of treatment for skin picking disorder is conjunctive behavior therapy. ICYDK CBT is a form of psychotherapy in which patients work with a practitioner to identify unhealthy behaviors through patterns. In this case, recording instances of picking or desire to pick, and then work to develop helpful, productive ways to cope and reverse the pattern. Squeezing a stress ball or wearing gloves to prevent picking. It is helpful to examine what are the thoughts and feelings underlying the behavior. What are you trying to accomplish by doing these behaviors, and how can you accomplish that? Cope with stress, reduce boredom, stimulate yourself in ways that do not involve skin picking. Depending on the severity of your condition, your practitioner might also refer you to a psychiatrist to help determine whether you can also benefit from medication. Selective SSRI, which are antidepressants that also help reduce obsessive thoughts and compulsive behavior, have been shown to be particularly helpful in treating dermatillomania, according to MHA. Unfortunately, long-term therapy isn't always easily accessible, which is where self-help resources such as skin picking app, which some of our patients have found to be helpful, come into play. The apps make monitoring and identifying trigger symptoms and easy. And while she says other apps are not irreplaceable for real therapy, social media can be a good way to not only educate yourself, but to realize you are not alone in whatever you may be going through. Yeah, y'all, so that's a new one. Like I said, that was my first time ever hearing that one. So I'd like to thank y'all for listening to Sunny Podcast. Please give it a 5-star review on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Wherever you listen to your podcast at, please share. Please follow me at son.ia9795, Instagram, Sonia Santiago, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Please, you could call me here at sv766752@gmail.com. Please go to my website, http://podcasters.wordpress.com. WWAVIL, use promo code Sonia, WW Instacart 156. If you like to buy me a coffee, you can buy me a coffee. Please listen to my Sun Sounds album on Apple, Spotify. Follow Sounds on Instagram. Please follow the young lady, Miss Carr. She have her own podcast called Affirmation. Please follow the other young lady, TJUVLCIAN. She has Black Girl in Orange is her book. Please follow the young man, King Flex, on SoundCloud. Please follow Female Reform. Thank you and have a blessed night.